Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your November reading. Let's go ahead here and get started with a card from my intuitive deck. So what is it that Cancer needs to know for November? All right. Well, I'm definitely seeing, I don't know the word, I'm seeing shining, like things are shining. I don't know if that's probably you. You're probably shining in some way, shape, or form. Maybe there's some success that you have throughout November. I'm kind of seeing you also like transcending a lot of chaos during the month, meaning it's like you're out of it, you're not a part of it, you're rising above it, you're walking away from it, whatever the case may be. If there is any drama that you have in your life, I just kind of see Cancer being like, you know what, I just don't want to participate in this. I don't want to have these conversations. And it's not that you are like turning your back on people or abdicating responsibility for things you should be responsible for. I think you're just over it and you don't have any energy, like literally zero energy to be spending on things that are not creative, that are not to your highest good, that are not beneficial for you and your family in any way, shape, or form. I am seeing a lot of simplicity throughout November, especially for us just as individuals. I'm seeing like if we are here and we want to go there, right, and we have a very clear direction of where we want to go, we just go there. And there's not a lot in between unless we put it there. There's not a lot of chaos. There's not a lot of drama unless we create it. I think this is one of the powerful things about having Mars in rulership, right? Mars is in Scorpio right now and will be until the 24th of November. So having Mars in rulership really does give us that laser sharp focus toward our ambitions. And anything extraneous, anything that gets in the way, I just don't see Cancer wanting to be a part of it all. But the things that you do dedicate yourself to, the creative things, the things your heart is really leaning you, guiding you to do, or even if it's something at work, that you're just kind of really involved in a big project or something, I see you shining. I see a brilliance coming from you. Like this is a place where you stand out. This is a place where you speak and people listen. You have an opinion and people, take that opinion. They take that advice. You're just kind of, for some reason, it's like a spotlight. It's like someone is shining the spotlight on Cancer right now, which can be great because a lot of good things can happen with that. So let's see what comes through with the Animal Spirit card for Cancer for November. Take the lead. Well, yeah, take the lead. You're in the spotlight. People are paying attention to you. They're listening to what you have to say. Your self-expressions, your creations are things the world wants and needs. You don't need to hold back, basically, is what this is saying. You don't need to hold back. You don't need to be insecure. You don't need to doubt. All right? Everything is valid. The things that are running through your mind is valid. The ideas that you have are valid. Now, it's not to say that everyone is going to jump on every idea and take your word as a law. Okay, this is not like an ego thing, all right? But I don't know, it can help you feel included. It can help you feel like you're a part of something. It can help you to feel like you are contributing in positive ways. And there could be some benefit to this in the long run, like a promotion or something, or a bigger client, or I don't know, something you're interested in, something good, something you want, more money, something like that. I just don't want to see Cancer shrinking. This is not a time for Cancer to shrink and hide in the shadows. This is not a time to not speak. This is a time to, to kind of stand up and maybe be a little bit brave in the self-expression department. Okay? So let's see what else comes out with the Moon card for Cancer for November. Hold your vision. Beautiful. You have to have a vision first in order to hold it. Okay, in order to hold it in your mind. So if you don't have one, this is a great time. And I've been saying this to almost every zodiac sign. It's a great time to sit and think about what you see for your life. It's a great time to be future focused Now, it's going to be a great time to be future focused for the next couple of years, not just November, okay? Because we got Pluto doing his thing back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius, but we also have Saturn in Pisces kind of wrapping up a lot there over the next couple of years. And we can take this time to really craft a vision, craft an idea of who we want to be and what type of a life we want to lead. Now, one of the things that's been really sticking out to me is to focus on the type of lifestyle that you want. Whether it's extravagant, whether it's simple, whether it's out in the mountains or in a big city, what type of freedom, free time you want to have, right? The lifestyle, I think, is really driving a lot, because that's going to be something you kind of care about. If you're only doing something for the money, I don't know that that's going to be motivating enough right now. If you're only doing something because you like the idea of it, that also might not be that motivating right now. I think it's got to be something that you've gotten a taste of. You've gotten a taste of freedom. You've gotten a taste of the mountains. You've gotten a taste of what happens when you don't have to work all that much. You know, you've gotten a taste of it. And that's the type of lifestyle that you want. You know how when we go to vacation, we were sitting on the beach and we're like, oh man, it'd be really nice if life was like this all the time. It's kind of like that. You've gotten a taste of it. And it's now a great time for you to keep that strong in your sight and start making changes based on like what needs to be done in order to achieve that. If you do want to have a life where you don't have to work, well, you're probably going to need to start making some pretty important financial decisions right now. You're going to need to figure out a way to invest your money. You're going to need to figure out a way to bring in income on a regular basis. You're going to need to set up those systems and all of that. And in order to be able to do that, and to keep going with that, because sometimes that can be a lot of hard work, you have to have that vision in place, and it has to be a vision that matters to you. That's why lifestyle, I think, matters, because we all kind of want similar things as a human being, right? We want the freedom. We want to be able to go where we want, when we want. We want to be able to buy the things that we need. We want to have some degree of comfort and security, right? Those are pretty standard human things. And that lifestyle can really motivate so many good decisions right now. And because you're just kind of in this good, shiny place, and there is a lot of responsibility, and you are taking yourself out of drama, and you're taking yourself out of things that you don't want to be a part of, and you're kind of prioritizing yourself, but not in a narcissistic way, but you're prioritizing yourself in an empowered way. There's a lot that can be achieved with that. Okay, so you're in a good position. You're in a very good position to genuinely start creating the kind of life that you've always said you've wanted. Now, some of you are already living that life. Okay, some of you are already very close. You're content. You're happy. But right now with Jupiter in Taurus, you know, it was in Aries before, now it's in Taurus. Next year, it's going to move into Gemini. And I think over these years, you know, this really is about a self-expansion. We're expanding ourselves. And so it's more likely than not that even if you are content and appreciative and grateful for where you are now, that there is some element of your life that you crave an expansion. Okay? You're craving, it doesn't even have to be more. It doesn't have to be that you're only craving more. It's just that you're craving different. Let's say it that way. Now, more can be different. But for those of you who already have a lot, maybe it's not about more. Maybe it's just about something else. Okay? So, 9 of Wands. I like that card for you, Cancer. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. You do have to protect that Wheel of Fortune. I do see you being inaccessible in all the right ways. This doesn't feel like you're blocking out the good stuff. It feels like you're blocking out the unnecessary stuff. You're not participating in conversations that don't matter. You're not participating in activities that are not productive, that are not producing results. You know, it's very clear to Cancer right now. And like the lead, you could be the lead for other people. But really, this feels like the lead for you in your life. You're taking control. You're dominating certain elements. You're allowing your higher self to supersede the lower self, where the higher self is making the decisions, which is always a good thing, because it's always making better decisions. And you can't mess that up. And I look at this Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords, I see it two different ways. I always see the Knight of Swords really extreme. In this case, I'm seeing both extremes, okay? On one hand, the Knight of Swords is running toward the Wheel of Fortune, which means I like it because he's totally on board with these changes, totally on board with the new momentum that he's got going on in his life, totally on board with the new projects. You know, he's diving in deep, he's getting his hands dirty, he's in the trenches doing the work, and the Wheel of Fortune loves it. There's a lot of courageous. I think the Knight of Swords does have a lot of courage a lot of times. It has a lot of courage, and it has a lot of kind of just, I want to say carelessness, but like in a good way. It's not that it's not thinking about consequences. It's just like, well, it needs to be done. You know, there's a lot of power there. Wheel of Fortune likes courageous people. The Wheel of Fortune often rewards courageous people. It rewards bravery. It rewards people who are willing to push past boundaries and who are willing to do the work. I will say that luck right now truly is rooted in work and focus and dedication. Like, let's use the financial freedom example. Okay, the reason why I'm using that example for you, Cancer, we've got a lot of the money stuff going on, right? Taurus and Scorpio are highly activated right now. But Jupiter being in Taurus in the 11th house, that's a strong, that's not technically like the house of money, but a lot of money does come through there. It's more gains on investment, not necessarily money you have to work for. You know, it's not money you have to labor and earn. So the attention is there. So I'm going to use finances probably as examples for this reading, okay? This is the one who says, well, if I want to have that financial freedom and I don't have anything invested in anything right now, I'm going to need to figure out the right things to invest in. And so this is the energy that says, all right, well, I'm going to spend 2 weeks. I'm going to do all my research. I'm going to get my portfolio in order. I'm going to get my account set up. I'm going to get everything structured. I'm going to do everything I need to do. And then I'm going to stay focused and I'm going to stay connected and attached to it. So I'm not going to let anything escape my attention. Okay. That's a good thing. The universe, that's where the luck is coming from. It's coming from the willingness to be involved. Okay. It's not coming from whimsically meandering and wandering through life right now. Now, there will be a time for that, but now is not the time. Okay, I think when Mars hits Pisces, hits Aquarius, hits Aries, there will be a lot more of that, but right now, not so much. The other way I see the Knight of Swords is the chaos people who are trying to come in and disrupt what you have going on. These are the distractions. These are the people that demand your attention, and not in a good way. Like, I know when your child needs attention, you know, that's usually attention you're willing to give. It's probably not a child. Might be, you know, if you have like a significant other and the relationship is a bit challenged right now, or you're going through a hard time, that might be the Knight of Swords. It could be a friend or a parent or someone at work or a boss or whatever. But it doesn't feel like this is someone that Cancer wants to give attention to. It feels too demanding, and it feels like it's stealing from that Wheel of Fortune a little bit. Like they see your Wheel of Fortune starting to spin, or not see it, they can sense it, and they don't really like it. So there's some kind of like they're, I don't know, they're just trying to mess it up. So that's probably a lot of what you are needing to get away from. We'll see what comes out with the clarifiers with that Knight of Swords. At the end of the reading, we'll see what else comes out. Okay. Knight of Wands, Two of Swords, Eight of Wands. I don't know. Two of Swords, the swords pointing kind of toward either one of these. It's like a choice or a path, although I like both these paths. You have a lot of really good paths right now. I don't see Cancer. I don't see that there's room for mistakes. Now, I said this a lot throughout the October readings with Libra season activation. I kept saying over and over, it was like, there's not really a chance that you're going to be making dumb decisions, right? If you impulsively do something, I think it's okay because it's probably going to be fine. It's not going to ruin everything, right? So I'm kind of looking at this and I kind of feel the same thing. You're not in a position where you're going to be making stupid decisions. I think and that's what happens when you hold your vision, right? When you know where you're going and you know what you want, you can take this route or that route, but you know that either route can get you there. I like both of these because I'm sensing enthusiasm. I really like a Knight of Wands because it feels fun and it feels adventurous. And like, let's use the money example. Okay, so you're trying to set yourself up for financial freedom. So you're focusing on your investments. You're focusing on where your money is going. Well, that can be a really pleasurable experience. It can be very rewarding and it can be fun. Like if you've never done it before and you learn, like I'm kind of sensing that Cancer is going to take a lot of pleasure and enjoyment in that process. It's going to make you feel proud. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to make you feel solid. If you're already pretty well set up, well, then going into your existing accounts and really looking at your portfolios and making adjustments where needed, this is going to be even, that much more pleasurable because you're like, oh, I'm actually doing something to further this along. Again, just an example, but you could have any type of project going on. It could be a creative thing, could be something else, but it feels, I don't know, it feels really good to me. And it feels kind of fast, which is interesting because I have not seen speed coming through these readings. I have not felt speed, but I am feeling a little bit of speed for Cancer. Meaning there's a lot you can do in a very short period of time right now. Between November, December, and January, there can be a lot of things that get accomplished, a lot of things that get set up, a lot of the foundational blocks can be laid, okay? And then you have this other option of the Eight of Wands. Now, the Eight of Wands feels very aligned, feels like there's a lot of things running parallel to one another, a lot of things working well together. Feels like strong systems, feels like automation, feels like things are running smoothly, So think about that. Think about how to automate certain areas of your life, how to systematize certain areas of your life. How, this could even be so simple as structuring your day a little bit better. Waking up at a certain time and blocking out, an hour for this, an hour for that, half hour for this, half hour for that, and just kind of being more organized. It does feel, and maybe this has a lot to do with Sagittarius being activated 6th house. Okay, later on in the month, the 22nd, the sun comes into Sagittarius. We're going to have Mercury in there on the 10th. So a lot of that 6th house stuff may be coming out to play where there's just like, let's get it all lined up. Let's get it organized. Let's get it figured out. Let's organize the filing cabinet, all that kind of stuff, just so that there are no obstacles. That's the thing. I don't want to see Cancer dealing with unnecessary obstacles that are within your control. Obviously, external, like this, if this is an obstacle that's beyond your control because that's someone else's free will. But there are a lot of things that may be acting as obstacles right now, but that's only because you're allowing them to be obstacles. That's not in your favor, and it's not aligned with your vision. There is something in the way and there's something you can do about it. This is the perfect time to do something about it. This is how you transcend chaos. You get things in order, okay? You look at stuff. Like if you're really struggling financially, it's good to like take a good look at where you're at. It's good to put together some semblance of a plan. You get an idea of your income. That's kind of like really basic stuff. But if that's where you're at, that's where you're at. It's really good to do that. Take a look at where the problems are. Take a look at where the hiccups are. Take a look at where there's extra this and extra that, and not enough of this. Like get your head wrapped around it. Figure it out. Get a good picture, because that's the only way that you're going to be able to see a pathway from where you are to where your vision wants you to go. Okay, you can get into the nitty-gritty here. I like it. And I think you're going to enjoy it and you're going to feel so good about it. You really are. The Knight of Wands is going to feel accomplished. Okay. King of Swords. Love it. Five of Swords. Page of Cups. Okay. Yeah, because the Five of Swords is kind of like there's well, the word that's coming to my mind is avoidance. That's not usually the card that or the word that I use for that card. But it kind of feels like there's something that you haven't been wanting to look at. You've been avoiding something. See, that Knight of Swords clearly is not avoiding anything. This is what I mean by getting in the trenches. You have to look at the full spectrum of everything. Get in the trenches, get dirty. This is not about judgment. This is not about shame. This is not about making yourself feel bad because you didn't do something. This is about just getting yourself to a better place. That's all. It's about setting yourself up so you're going to be more likely to succeed. You know, that's kind of what a leader does. Like, if you're a really good leader, you don't avoid the bad news. You need the bad news because that's a part of what's going on. It's a part of the big picture. And the only way you're going to solve the problems is if you know what the problem is. So that's kind of what the Five of Swords is. Like, just really confront it. Be honest with yourself about it. Be brutally honest with yourself, especially with that King of Swords there. And there may be someone in your world who's reflecting things back. Now, Venus comes into Libra on the 8th. So this Venus in Libra thing is really going to be adding to that reflection stuff. And I mean, the King of Swords is an element of you, but I also kind of think it's someone else too, similar to how I saw the Knight of Swords. The King of Swords, though, is going to be real honest. You know, it's, if you're not doing it for yourself, someone else is going to do it for you. It's better for you to just do it for yourself. Be honest for yourself. Someone else is going to do it for you. They're going to come, and I'm not going to say they're going to hold you accountable because I don't think that's the King of Swords' job. No one is out here trying to hold Cancer accountable for things. But they're going to make you want to hold yourself accountable. Because sometimes when we realize that other people can see it too, like it's not as private as we thought, you know, because it seems like you've been trying to protect, you've been trying to hide something, you've been trying to keep something behind closed doors. You know, you don't want people to see it, but they see it. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing that they see it, because when you realize that it's on display, right? Like maybe they're, again, I'm coming back to the financial example, although some of you may be dealing with something completely different than that. But coming back to the financial example, when other people hear you talk about your financial freedom, but then they see that you have like no portfolio at all, or that you're not investing at all, or you don't even know how to do it, or something like that, right? That is them kind of holding up the mirror and being like, well, how can you possibly expect that outcome? How can you possibly expect to get that vision when you don't have what is required in order to get it? Now, actually, what I just said, what is required, has been a theme. I've been kind of spouting that off in every reading because it's so important. This is a time for us to do what is required. This is the time. This is not a time to do things on a whim. It's not a time for us to do things only when we feel like it. This is a time of discipline. This is a time of self-control under the Scorpio banner. Scorpio, Sag, and Capricorn, well, maybe not so much Sag, but I think really Mars in Scorpio, Sun in Scorpio, and then later on when it comes into Capricorn, then later on with Aquarius. These are signs that do require self-control, requires us to be aware of our behavior, to be aware of the way our mind works, and to be able to still continue to act in such a way that is to our benefit, regardless of what we're feeling. Now, it doesn't mean to suppress your feelings, right? Because when I look at this King of Swords, like, he has feelings. He's a person. They're all people, but it's not the determining factor. Having a feeling about something is not supposed to determine whether or not you do it. Okay. We also have this Page of Cups, which I love the Page of Cups with a Wheel of Fortune, because it kind of feels like some unexpected something. Someone unexpectedly coming in and giving you something, or giving you some news of some kind, or delivering something to you. Because if there is some kind of avoidance, or there is some kind of a block or a mental block against something that you don't want to confront, I think the Page of Cups can help you to confront it in a soft and gentle way. This doesn't have to be so harsh. King of Swords can be harsh and brutal, but a Page of Cups can soften the blow. So, I don't know. We'll see what else comes out with that Page of Cups, like what it is it's bringing maybe, or what it represents. Sometimes the Page of Cups can be very unexpected. Like, we don't expect this. Might be help. Maybe someone unexpectedly is going to help you. Someone is going to unexpectedly say something that helps you heal, so you're not so much in avoidance with that Five of Swords thing, or in avoidance with some kind of an issue or whatever. But I think the more and more you get into those trenches, and the more and more willing you are to learn what you need to learn and to do what you need to do, the more that Wheel of Fortune is going to spin. And the more it spins, the more Page of Cups types of things are going to come in. So you are on a momentum track, Cancer, for sure. You're building momentum. You have that potential to build momentum. And while there might be some drama and chaos that ensues along the way, it does not feel like an obstacle, but actually can facilitate or catalyze this whole process. So it can work to your benefit ultimately. So let's take a look at the clarifiers. Now, for those of you who are new, the cards I'm about to pull out are the cards we cover in the comprehensive reading, and the link for that can be found in the description box and comment thread down below. So if you want to join, you are absolutely more than welcome. So let's take a look here at the Stag Spirit. What else does Cancer need to know? We have the Devil. We have the Lovers. And I kind of see commitment coming from that Devil card, and the Nine of Coins. All right, in the environment, we have a Two of Cups. We have Four of Coins. And we have Four of Cups. Okay. So starting with the Nine of Wands, what else does Cancer need to know here? Two of Coins. This card's been coming out quite a bit this month. The Moon and Queen of Cups, that's the Cancer card. One of the Cancer cards. Ten of Wands, there you are in the trenches. Ace of Coins, exactly, not a surprise. And a Knight of Cups. All right, let's see what this Knight of Swords has to say. What else does Cancer need to know about this Knight of Swords? Strength. Ace of Swords. Okay, I'm still seeing it manifesting as like the two extremes. So I'm going to keep that story going, 'cause I'm not really seeing one more definitive than the other. They both feel pliable. High Priestess, the Eight of Swords, and Page of Wands, and Five of Wands. Love that Page of Wands, and Page of Swords, love that too. Queen of Coins, King of Cups, Seven of Wands, and a Nine of Coins. Again, same as this card here. King of Coins, the Tower, and Justice. Ooh, that's a strong King of Swords. Judgment, Three of Swords, and there's the Pain, Three of Cups. Okay. the World, the Ace of Wands. Hold on, I'm only going to take these two because I don't like to pull out too many. Okay, Hanged Man and Two of Swords again. All right, and then I just happened to see this on the bottom of the deck as I was waving the cards around, so we got 10 of Cups at the bottom. All right, so this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive, so if you want to join, you are more than welcome. I love you, Cancer. Have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.